Hi everyone. Today we're going to learn how to use the NearPod application to enhance a PowerPoint presentation and make it interactive with participants and attendees that have their own computer or iOS device. So let's start. The first step, go to nearpod.com and then log in. And it's free for the silver account user like me. Which gives you most of the features. $12 a month for a gold account, which is cool too. But we're going to do all the free stuff today. And then you can decide if you want to pay money. So the first step, hit the button Create, because this is the home screen. And this Engage will assign the ready-made NearPod to the kids. And Assess will let you run the reports if you give quizzes on them, which we'll get to. And real quick, another cool thing is there's lots of ready-made NearPods that you can just use, but we're going to make our own today. So let's click on Create, and I want to click on New Presentation. These are ones I've made in the past, and I've done this with students before, and they find it pretty engaging, and they really like it. Makes the PowerPoint pop, and it's more interactive, which students always enjoy. So step one. We got to take our ready-made PowerPoint, which I have here, the 7.2 World History Notes, and I'm going to drag it into the middle where it says drag your file here. If you have a ready-made PowerPoint that you'd like to enhance with some quiz questions, polls, features, this is the program for you. So we're going to upload the content. And quick tip, if you ever do a NearPod presentation, if you tell the audience beforehand that you're going to do it, if they could download this free app on their iOS device before the presentation, that'll always help things go quicker. If not, it'll only just take a minute. That they can do it at the beginning. So now, here's my old notes from world history class. Pretty cut and dry for world history. You have an intro slide, you have some basic notes, little chunks of material, a website, and a classwork activity. A little flat though. I want to make this better. So I'm gonna, once it uploads, click this plus, add an interactive feature, and let's start with a poll. Maybe I want to have a warm-up for a poll for my warm-up. So I'll say, would you like to live in medieval Europe? Yes. No. You can always add answers. Huh. And then something to engage the crowd, get them talking, and then you can see the results. And sometimes just a quick yes or no will get them into the material. So that would be the first slide that they would receive, and then on their device they'd be able to press yes or no and vote. And then the teacher controls this, because I'm working with the teacher account. Student account, they're just going to be the consumer, so they get what we send them when we send them. So for instance, in my presentation, if I want to go to the next slide, if I clicked on it, that would be what would appear on their screen. So yeah, I got my notes here. Let's see what else I can add to make this cool. All right, so maybe draw it. Maybe I want to put in a map and see if they understood where the Vikings are from. So I downloaded a blank map from Google Image Search onto my desktop, and I'm just plug it in right there into, I guess, the text box, and I'll just say shade in where Vikings are from. And I'll hit save. I got my second interactive slide. So where do I want to put this? Maybe right after I talk about the Vikings. So, right, so I have my presentation moving so far. Let's see what else I can add. I want to add a quiz. I want to see, after I gave the material, if they understood. So quiz title, we're going to say medieval quiz. And just a quick check for understanding. First question I can put was, who was Charlemagne? I can say king of the Franks, king of the Turks, none of the above. And I can keep adding questions. I can add as many as I like. We're just going to add 2 for today. And then for this, I can think of a question. What was the main role of the peasants. We're going to say field hands artists. And then I got to designate my correct answers. So I'll press this little green button, and it'll mix up the order that the kids receive it in. So I got my little check for understanding, and maybe I'll put that at the end of my introduction to new material. So let's see what else we got. Maybe one more. The slide and the slideshow, those are just if you want to add slides, like creating your presentation like you're just making a PowerPoint. But I embedded mine already from the start, so I don't really need to do that. Video, it's the gold license along with web page. But the other free one we could do is open-ended question. And I could say, create your own coat of arms. What would it include and why? List 5 items that you could find. Something like that. So I save that, and after I talk about their coat of arms, that would be their question. So now I've enhanced my PowerPoint, and I'm ready to assign it to my students. So I'm going to click Done. Done working on it for now. And yes, I would like to publish it. So I'm going to click Yes. And now, 7.2 notes, all done, published, ready to go. Let's see. Oh, I got to change the name. I already have one of this name. So 7.22 notes. Good. And click Done. It's published, so I want to send it to the kids. I got to click up here, click Engage. Well, first click on the 7.22, then click Engage, and this is going to generate a code for me, a PIN. It's 5 letters. So I'm going to click on, I want to send the kids 7.22. Then you click here, Start Live Session. So now I started it live, and I'd have to tell the kids to enter this code. And you can't see this, but I have my iPad here, so I'm going to enter this GZMHE, and then I just enter NearPod, and on my screen on my iPad it's saying downloading presentation. And while that's downloading, I'll do it on my phone too. GZMHE, and I get to put my name in there. So one I'll write Paul, and I just hit enter, and there it is on the screen, and the other I'll write Vasek, and I just hit submit on my phone, and there it is. Okay, so I got 2 students. All right, so ready to rock. Now, okay, so I'm going to click on the first slide, and I have to hit this button up here that says share, and then all of a sudden on my iPad screen and on my iPhone, I just clicked yes on one and no on the other, and I hit submit. Then all of a sudden you can see the real-time results. So it says Paul clicked on yes, and then Vasek clicked on no. Okay, so then I go to my next slide, and then all of a sudden on my tablet and phone, that's what they see as well. So I'm going to breeze through the notes till we get to the next interactive one. Now I'm going to shade where I think Vikings are from. So one thinks they're from here, and the other thinks they're from here. Who's right? Is Paul right or Vasek right? I think Vasek's right. Vikings from Scandinavia. This guy's wrong. Okay, he needs to pay attention. Okay, so breezing through these notes. Kids can look at the pictures, sparking a good conversation. And now it's quiz time. So let's see. These questions now pop up on the iPad and on the iPhone. And let's see how everybody does. So Paul, let's see. He got one right. And let's see. If this was your class, you notice your class all got this wrong. You could click on it. What was the main role of the peasant? And then you could review this. And then if you want to share the quiz results with your class, so they get to know how they did, hit this button up here, share, and then it will tell them on their devices whether they got it right or wrong. And they even get an item analysis so they can see which ones they scored well in. So let's see. Now the presentation continues, and classwork, the last thing, hit share with them, and then they'd have to write a little essay, and it's cool because you get the essay written here and you'd be able to read it. And those are the main features of NearPod. Very cool. Kids like it, and I hope you have luck with it. Enjoy. Thanks for watching.